So next question is multiply the following fractions, cancelling first where possible. So we know the rule is number one, simplify diagonally, and the second step is multiply horizontally. Now, if you look at question A, we have 3 and 7 here. The only numbers that go into 3 and 7 is 1, so that's no point doing that, because if you look at all the other multiples, you won't find 3 and 7 in the same line, so we can't simplify that anymore. And the same with this side as well. So because we can't simplify diagonally, we just go ahead and we multiply horizontally. So the answer you should get is 6 over 35. And we can't simplify that anymore. Next question, question B. So now I'm going to find the common factor for 15 and 9. So if I look at my times table, I can see that there's a 15 over here and a number 9 here. So the common factor here is 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. So I'll go ahead and write that. And 15 divided by 3 is 5. So I'll go ahead and I'll write that. Okay, so let's do the other side. So I'm looking for a common factor for 8 and 28. I'm looking at my times table. I need to find the numerator and the denominator in the same row. So I can see that there's a number 8 over here and a number 28 over here. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that adjustment. And 28 divided by 4 is 7. So I'll go ahead and make that change as well. So now I've simplified diagonally. Now I can multiply horizontally. So 5 times 2 is 10. And 7 times 3 is 21. Okay, so next question. I'll just get rid of this. Okay, so I need to find one number that goes into both the 4 and the 20 equally. I look at my times table and I need to find one number that goes into both numbers equally. So I have a look. I can see that there's a number 4 over here and the number 20 over here. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. Now I do the same for the other side. I'm looking for one number that goes into both the 9 and the 12 equally, so I need to find it in the same row. I can see that there's a number 9 over here and a number 12 here, so therefore 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, so now I've simplified diagonally. Now I can multiply horizontally. So 1 multiplied by 4 is 4, and 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. Now we can't simplify this anymore because we won't find 4 and 15 in the same row, so our final answer should be 4 over 15. Okay, next question. 3 over 7 multiplied by 4 over 15. I look at my times table and I can see that there's a number 3 over here and a number 15 over here. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. I can't simplify this way, so I go ahead and I multiply the numerator by the numerator, so horizontally. So 4 over 35 should be your answer for question D. For question E, we have 16 over 5 multiplied by 3 over 8. I try and simplify diagonally. So I'm trying to find one number that goes into both numbers equally. I look at my times table and I can see that there's a number 8 here and a number 16 here. There's also a number 8 here and a 16 there. But I don't want this one because the highest common factor is 8. So this is what I want. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. And 16 divided by 8 is 2. Okay, now I can't simplify this way, so I go ahead and I multiply horizontally. So I have, I'll just bring up the right color. So for question E, I have 2 multiplied by 3 is 6, and 5 multiplied by 1 is 5. I have an improper fraction. I want to make this into a mixed number. So I ask how many groups of 5 go into 6, and I know only one group of 5 goes into 6, so I put down the number 1 as a whole, and there's one remainder because 6 minus 5 is 1, so I write 1 over 5 because I keep the denominator the same. So your final answer should be 1 and 1 over 5. Okay, next question. So I have here 17 over 7 multiplied by 40 over 34. I try and simplify diagonally. I try and find one number that goes into both numbers equally. If I have a look down here, 17 is here and 34 is here. So I know that the number 17 goes into both numbers equally. 17 divided by 1 is 1. And 34 divided by 17 is 2. Okay. So can I simplify going this way? No, I can't. You won't find any number here, any multiples in the same row that have the 40 and the 7. So I can't simplify this way. So I go ahead and I multiply horizontally. So I get 1 multiplied by 40 is 40. And 7 multiplied by 2 is 14. Now, can I simplify this? Yes, I can. So I'm looking for one number that goes into both numbers equally. So what is that number? I can look over here and I can find that there's a number 14 here and a number 40 over here. So I circle the number 14 here and the number 40 over here. And then I just simply say 14 divided by 2 is 7. And 40 divided by 2 is 20. Okay, so now I have, I'll just write this more clearly over here. So now I have an improper fraction. I want to change it to a mixed number. So now I ask how many groups of 7 go into the number 20. So I'll look at my times table and I can see that 7 goes into 20 at least twice. I can't say 3 times because that takes me over 20. So I need to stay under 20. So 7 goes into 20 at least, or the most times, twice. So I write down the number 2 as the whole. And now what's the remainder? Well, 20 minus 14 is 6. Why did I do that? Because the numerator is 20 and 7 goes into 20 as a whole twice. So 7 multiplied by 2 is 14. So the difference between 20 and 14 is 6. So the remainder goes as the numerator, and then the denominator stays the same. So your final answer here should be 2 6/7. There is another way to do this particular question, but I don't want to get into that because I don't want to confuse you. You just stick to what I showed you here. So again, your final answer should be 2 6/7.